Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's third and final video. We're going to do the Beijing Climate Centre 40-day look ahead. For today's third video, it's going to take us more or less to the end of August, so we're going pretty much to the end of the summer, the statistical summer anyway, with today's video. So I've already done the 5-day forecast. Of course you can find that, the video tally is on the homepage. Just scroll down a little bit underneath the link ads. And then there's also Stormwatch. There's written version to the 5-day forecast. You can get to that by the button at the top page. Also Stormwatch, where we had a detailed look at the thunder earlier on. Things are calming down now in the north. There could be a few more storms rumbling through the Midlands and East Anglia though this evening. Very warm and sultry afternoon. If you want to know how much longer this sultry weather is going on for, check out the 5-day forecast. As I say, this video is going to be having a look at the next 40 days with the Beijing Climate Centre. So, before you get on with that, just say about the charity fundraiser that we are running at Gasworthy's throughout July, raising money for the Warwickshire and Northamptonshire Air Ambulance. We've had 50 donations so far, which has taken us to a grand total so far of £794.54. Hoping we'll be able to get to £1,000 by the end of the month. Not sure if we'll be able to do that or not, but it'd be very nice if we could get to £1,000 by the end of July, and that of course is when fundraiser will be finishing. So if you would like to donate to the Warwickshire and Northamptonshire Air Ambulance, there's two ways of doing it. You can use the link at Gasworthy's to get to our Just Giving page. I'll also leave the link in the description box at YouTube. When you get to our Just Giving page, you've got the Gasworthy's logo and it says Gavin Space, so you know that you're on the right page. And to donate, just click the yellow button that says Donate. It'll take you to another page at Just Giving, where you put in your card details very safely, very securely, and you'll be able to donate whatever you wish through Just Giving. They pass the money on to the air ambulance straight away as soon as you donate that money. You can also text your donation. To do that, use our code, which is GWVS77, and the amount you would like to donate could be anything from £1 upwards. You text that to 770, and you can pay as you go, but just taking off your outstanding balance. If you pay by a bill, it'll go onto your next bill cycle. And a huge thank you to everybody for doing this for us. The air ambulance is totally free of charge. They don't get any money from government through taxation or from the National Health Service. They are a charity but reliant totally on the very kind donations of members of the public. It costs £1,700 to do one call out, but of course you can't put a value on a person's life. So huge thank you to everybody for doing this for us. We're completely free of charge at Gasworthy's. We've never charged for our updates or our videos. We don't do subscriptions or pay-per-view. So if you enjoy what we do, I just ask that you make this small donation to this charity. That means so much to us, and a big thank you to all of you for doing that. Here's the radar picture, just to confirm that things are calming down. We've still got some thundery showers close to the north of Scotland, but generally it's a lot calmer in the north compared to how it was this morning. Notice a few bright colours there around the northwest Midlands, coming down in towards the West Midlands. I'm not sure if they're producing any lightning or not. We can have a look. Actually they are. There is lightning flashing away in the northwest Midlands and over towards the Welsh Mountains. I've always thought it looked like something could develop over Welsh Mountains in towards the Midlands through this evening. I would expect these to gather pace a little bit more, become a little bit more widespread across the Midlands this evening, and gradually move into parts of East Anglia and Lincolnshire later on. As you see, there's not a great deal of them, there's not a huge amount of them, but if you catch one of these, could be quite intense. Look at all this lightning that's in the North Sea. They're from the thunderstorms across Scotland and northern England this morning. If you want to know more about this situation with thunderstorms, do check out Stormwatch. So we'll have a look at Beijing Climate Centre for the next 40 days. Going to start off with 500 millibar heights, broken down into 10-day periods, then have a look at corresponding temperature and precipitation anomalies that go with these. So the first 10 days takes us from the 21st through to the 30th of July, and the heights show that we've got generally quite a lot of above average heights just around the UK and to west, extending to the east as well. That implies a fair amount of settled weather, to be honest. You will think that's going to have a lot of dry, fairly warmish conditions associated with it through to the end of the month. The next 10 days, taking us from the 31st of July through to the 9th of August, so days 11 to 20, shows we've got above average heights going to the north then. It's up towards Greenland and Iceland. There's a trough underneath it. That could be quite unsettled. It just depends on the exact wind directions as to what the temperatures are doing with that. The wind could be going something like that and drawing up quite warm air from the south. But alternatively, you could get sort of northeasterlies coming in with this in that sort of direction. So I'm not sure about the temperatures, but it does look more unsettled, particularly down to the south, where it could be quite wet. And then we go through to the next 10 days, so this is days 21 through to 30, the 10th through to the 19th of August. And ridging becomes centred around Greenland here, with a trough over the UK. That looks really quite cool and unsettled there as we're going through into the middle of August. Could be quite a bit of rain, I would have thought, with that. And temperature, probably nothing to get excited about either. And then the final 10-day period, this is days 31 to 40, takes us from the 12th, from the 20th of August through the 29th of August, so more or less to the end of the final month of the summer. And we've got heights rising to the east then, over towards Scandinavia. We have to come over here. We've got an area of high pressure setting up over Scandinavia. Low pressure looks like it's slipping down to the south. So it's probably turning quite dry there, and we could be drawing in easterly winds, which could be quite warm actually. That could be quite a warm end to August. So rather up and down with the weather patch, I have to say, and you would expect this to be showing up on the temperature anomalous. Let's have a look at those next. So we'll deal with the next 10 days. First of all, this takes us from the 21st through to the 30th of July. This will look more south, so you expect this to be a bit warmer, and actually the temperature normally is just a little bit above average. I would have thought it'd be a little bit warmer than this, but just a little bit above average for the final 10 days of July. We go through to the first 10 days of August. This is 31st of July through to 9th of August. And again, just a little bit above average with the temperatures. No great deviation, but slightly on the positive side of average. The next 10 days, this will look the worst really. This is from the 10th through to 19th of August. We've got a ridge over Greenland and a trough sitting over UK. It did look quite poor on the height anomaly, and the temperature anomaly backs that up, generally going a bit cooler than average then. And then we go through to the last 10 days of August, is 20th through 29th of August, and generally average to, again, a little bit cooler than average there. I would have thought that should be a bit warmer. But it does look as though the temperatures are rather up and down through this period, what's likely to be quite a changeable sort of 40 days ahead. Precipitation for the coming 10 days, with ridging close to the UK, you'll expect a drier period, and that's what the model is suggesting. Generally, rainfall coming out below average. The next 10 days, going into the first 10 days of August, that looks closer to average, and maybe even going a little bit to the wetter side of average, if anything. So that one looks quite unsettled there from the 31st of July through to 9th of August. And then the next 10 days looks very unsettled. This is the 10th through to 19th of August, when precipitation is generally going above average across the country. And then the final 10 days, it's hard to make it out actually, but it actually goes a bit drier than average, I think, across the UK, although significantly wetter than average to the south. Notice also Scandinavia generally coming out drier than average as that ridge builds over Norway and Sweden. So it's rather up and down with the temperatures and with the precipitation and with the overall pattern. It looks like the end of July is going to be fairly reasonable, fairly decent conditions, warmish and dryish for the end of July. We go into August. I think there is a change going on in August, particularly the first half of it, which looks quite unsettled. And temperatures probably get quite cool as well, actually. So not all that good first half of August. Maybe hints later on in August as that pressure builds over Scandinavia, but it might turn drier and perhaps a bit warmer as well, although it wasn't greatly supported by the model. So rather changeable for the next 40 days and the final month of the summer. That's how beige constants is looking today. As ever with these long range models, they're all highly experimental, so it's not to be relied upon. Don't take it too seriously. And we'll do JOA Friday on Friday. We'll have a look at the Japanese and CFS V2, see whether they are backing up these ideas or not. Right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.